Okay, so we're going to start looking at a wrestling sequence. We're not going to look too much at stance and stuff like that right now. The first thing that I always like to teach is just inside hand wrestling. You don't have to be offensive in wrestling to be a good wrestler. All right, you just look like you have to be offensive. And if you can hand fight decently, you can stop a lot of things happening to you. So normally in wrestling, right leg goes forward, or my hips are in line. This hand's protecting the front knee. I'm over. This is the working hand. Okay. One of the big mistakes that a lot of people do, especially submission grapplers, is they'll attack first with a collar tie on the right, which is a big no-no because it really leads me to that leg. Okay. So really, you should be using a collar tie on that side. But what we're going to do is we're going to kind of deal with the collar tie as it comes in. He's also going to go to a tricep control or a bicep control, depending on what he wants to do. So he'll go to head and tricep control. This is a good position for him. I don't really have a lot from here that I can do. All right, a lot of people just hang off this or try and defend it or something, yeah, giving him space to move. So what we're going to do is instead of accepting that they're going to get in control of us, we're always going to look for the inside control. Okay, so he's going to go step in for his control. Okay, my reaction to this should be to come up on the inside, get my collar tie, come up on the inside, get my tricep control. And can you see that my elbow's down below his forearm, this hand's on here? I'm not worrying too much about where my head is at the moment. Okay, reason we do this is when I've got inside control, I can move him around very easily. Right, when he's got outside control, he can't move me around very easily. So if I want to move his hips to that side, I can step and then twist, pull him across. If I want to move him to that side, I can step and then twist and pull him across. Okay, so it's a really good level of control. What we're taught, normally right from the start, is as soon as someone gets a collar tie, that we do defenses on the collar tie. So if he's in close, we might want to pop this with kind of a Lego hand, yeah? Or we might want to grab in and pull, or we might just want to pop that off. I don't really go for that. As soon as this collar tie comes in, I'm going to pummel up and I'm going to catch hold of his head. My forearm acts like a block, so if he tries to drive into it, I can control him with my forearm. This hand hooks over the top of the tricep. A lot of people like to control in here. I like to control on the inside and drop my elbow in. Now in this position, I've got an awful lot of control. He's got an awful lot of control. I'm not a big fan of going ear to ear. That's why I don't have any cauliflower ears. So really where I want to be is head on the inside of the temple if possible. Okay, now he's in a pretty awful precarious position. Okay, so one more time. He reaches for his collar tie. He's kind of giving me his leg at this point. Yeah, I'm going to pummel in. I'm inside, I'm controlling. I'm going to pop his head, I'm putting my head on the temple. And from here, I've got loads of different positions that I can control from. Alright, so for me, stance doesn't really come first. The shots don't come first. The ability to pummel and the ability to get some kind of inside control is what's really important.